second recording, Mark 2, because I updated the recorder, and apparently everything decided it wanted to go shitty on me for a minute. Good thing you guys missed out on the pre-Paladins talk, but we'll be back to that. What you guys missed is shout-outs to Gorilla Golf and Drafty.
Oh, yeah,
apparently, Drafty doesn't like some of the stuff we talk about, which is probably Paladins, but likes to listen to us talk, which I appreciate, because that's what podcasting is all about.
Yeah. And like I was saying, I've introduced like the idea of our podcast to a couple of people. That's like I tell people, we're a time commitment, man.
Yeah. You better have a long shift. You better bring a lunch.
I mean, when we start talking, we talk. It's like I tell, first probably like hour of this podcast is usually Destiny talk, depending on how healthy the TWAB is. And then we just talk about what the crap ever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I tell people like we're a haul. We are a haul. And hilariously, I've rated like twice since we've last recorded, and they've both ended up being like podcast crossovers.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because last week, I was in there. I think Drafty may have been in there last week, but actually I'm pretty sure now. But we were doing the Leviathan, and I think it was Gear Dad, my bad. Gear Dad's first PS4 clear, I think, for Leviathan.
Very cool.
Which we did end up getting on like the last try. It was great though. We like pulled in like Xenophan. So we had like Gear Dad, Xenophan, there was me, and it's like Xan popped into the party and it's like, why is it every time we're in a party together, there ends up being like 3 podcasts worth of hosts.
We're like the Podcast UN. That's what it is. It's like the Podcast United Nations. I swear to God, it's so great though. It's awesome.
And then just last night we were doing. I was trying to complete or help some people complete the Eater of Worlds, the raid layer, which sadly a bunch of us had done it very minimal amount of times. But I basically ended up in that like couple hour period. I ended up learning a lot about the second encounter of Argos. So,
okay, yeah, second scrolls.
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't feel bad because, like I said, I learned a lot, and I've gained a much healthier like confidence in that area. But who was it in that? Sin from Destiny Addicts podcast was in that group. And yeah, I know I'm forgetting a lot of people, and I apologize. But yeah, Drafty again was in there. We pulled in Burning late at night. Synchromeshi was in there. Just a bunch of people. But yeah, that and it was good to... Because I realized it had been a long time since I grouped up with Burning that night.
Yeah.
Like that elusive, man. And there used to be a time, I mean, I think we were both on like night shifts or something in some weird rotating schedule. But yeah. Good old days.
Yeah, the Podcast United Nations, as I like to call it, whenever we play, because it always seems like you get somebody from barely ADS, you'll probably get a Dad's Tale guy. I've been actually playing a lot with Synchro, because I get home late at night, and apparently... and it's like prime time for him, so we play a lot. It's
oh yeah, because he was even mentioning last night. He's like, yeah, I can keep going. It's only like 6 at night for me. And everyone's like, oh, it's getting so
it's
early.
Like 4 a.m. here.
Yeah, it was getting to be like 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's like, I've got to record in a few hours.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get kind of mushy and heartfelt later on in the show about the community at large, because I mean, letting a little bit in what happened this week, it let me, the outpouring that I've had let me it hit me right in the feels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
for sure.
But
we'll segue into this here TWAB.
Yeah.
This here TWAB, which I gotta say,
thankfully it's
I'm kind of thankful for it. Yeah,
it's this a fucking book.
This TWAB is not much at all. Like, holy crap! I mean, legitimately, faction rallies are coming back. We are getting. This is the last faction rally for a quote unquote bit. And do they? I don't think they mentioned an exact return day.
I think this might be the last one for season 2.
Oh, for sure. They say it's the last one for season 2.
That might be why it says a bit, because they want to make sure the next DLC launch is clean. They got some other stuff coming.
Yeah, all they say is after this faction rallies will be taking some time off while we work to make the event even better. We spoke with the season teams about their goal for the upcoming faction rally improvements planned for season 3. So they have some bullet points on what they're wanting to do with faction rallies in its return. And they want pledging to a faction to be a meaningful choice. Rewards should not be time-gated. Faction rallies should provide a unique gameplay experience and not simply be a reward layer on top of the existing game. The event should grant additional insight into faction lore and goals. And it should build upon player interest in lost sectors and armor ornament objectives.
Yes.
So you get another week to grind out those ornaments if you don't have them. So I'll have an entire week to get those freaking helmets. So
that's what I was saying too. I got a whole week to get the helmets.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that. So yeah, this is going to be the last faction rally for a bit, and it should be a completely different beast once we get it again. Let's see, up in these packages, which I wish I could say more about these, but these actually weren't in the database last I checked. Like, none of these weapons had made it into the database.
I did a little looksy-loo, so we could talk about what's coming, because, we both like weapons. You like weapons. You like weapon stats. I like what they do. So I figured
that's fair.
It's true. We'll talk about that. I also like to take over/under bets on if New Monarchy will win again, and I think they were like, you know what? New Monarchy won too many times. We need to make sure that their gun is just straight ass.
Let's see, because what did I have? And still, unless that is an SMG somewhere in there, but I don't. Because that looks kind of like a linear fusion rifle.
It is a linear fusion rifle. It's the Viced. It's another Viced.
Oh wait, no, that's right. These are the faction rewards.
Yeah, the faction rewards
from last time. So yeah, the linear fusion rifle is cool. Or either way, that linear is actually pretty cool. So small.
Well, let's just put it this way: if you take a knee on a shotgun, you're pretty much saying, "Hey guys, don't pick this."
I know, right? But yeah, as far as the rewards go, Future War Cult's getting a Snipper. New Monarchy is getting a grenade launcher, and Dead Orbit is getting a Snipper.
Yeah, this is just the stuff that you can get from the package, right?
No. The snipers and the grenade launcher are the end of week rewards.
I thought the shotgun. I thought no. The shot is double shotgun. Of course, P has to hit the door now. Of course. No.
Double what's shotgun. In the pack? Yeah, what's in the package reward pool are the shotguns and the other thing.
Oh, I stand corrected. Okay. Well.
And then the bottom 3 are the end of week rewards. As long as I'm understanding it correctly. Those out in the Revolution, if we're wrong, screw you, buddy. It's this way.
They will let us know.
But actually, I do have information. I was incorrect. I do have information on these snipers. I just completely forgot about them. They are somewhere. I just have to track them down because, for Future War Cult, this is the Domino. It is actually the same archetype as their last sniper rifle, the Eye of Foresight. Nothing too... I mean, it's got like a beastly stability.
Pete!
But other than that, I mean, it's got a few good. It's actually got pretty good aim assist and recoil direction and crap like that. So should be okay, at least. I mean, it's got the same handling as no, it has a little less handling than the Maxim, but yeah. So it should be all right. And if I can find very quickly the data orbit, is that you? That might be you. Yeah, it might be distant something or another.
They like that. They like those phrases.
Distant tumulus? Perhaps. I didn't actually label it, though. And, of course, this is rapid fire. It's a gun. Nothing too particular about this one. The Domino does have pulse monitor, which is kind of meh. Which actually so does distant tumulus, so meh. They're not incredibly offerings this time around, so I don't know. I mean, if Future Workhole gets win, yay, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, faction rounds are coming. These are your offerings. Faction vacation. What does high score mean?
Jesus Christ.
Where's that reference? I know that reference. I can hear. What does high score mean?
That's from Grandma's Boy. When
there we go. There we go.
Revolution,
Yeah.
he murders it.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. I knew it was something.
That's also something I love. That they put the TWAB. I'm going to kill this pup. I really am. I'm gonna. He's like, you know what? I know what's happening. I want you to put me in my kennel. Because I'm bored and I don't want to be in this room, is what he's doing. But yeah, it's from Grandma's Boy when he does Dance Dance Revolution.
That's fair, and that's fair. So yeah, so 402,000 points. Jesus Christ, though. These high scores are... Holy crap. But, so, I mean, it has the Netfo high scores, of course. The Destin player support, there's not too much that I can see on a skim or crossed it. But yeah. Of course, movies of the week, blah, blah, blah. And of course, we're getting ready for Go Fast update.
Oof.
Now, they did release, beyond the TWAB, a developmental roadmap with slight words from Christopher Barrett. When I mean slight words, I mean very slight words, such as late in development, they discovered an issue or a major issue impacting heroic strike modifiers. So changing the design to fix the issue meant pushing heroic modifiers back to 1.2.0, so in season 3. But they will be using the extra time to add more variety than what the initial plan even was.
I'm okay with that.
So they pushed that back, but again, they're using that time to add more than initially, and they do give out a schedule of the additional playlists that we're going to be getting. So starting with March 27th, there will be a weekly rotating Crucible playlist. It will start with Rumble. On April the 3rd, that will be moving to Mayhem. April the 10th, Iron Banner. April the 17th, we'll go back to Rumble. April the 24th, back to Mayhem. May the 1st, another Iron Banner. So it looks like we're getting 2 Iron Banners before Season 3. Because I don't think Season 3 is going to be as early as May 1st. I don't think it's going to be in that week. It's probably going to be in the second or third week if information is to be believed.
So what you're saying is get the punching.
I mean, yeah, if you haven't gotten that ornament, like me, this actually gives you plenty of time. Because this is 2 more banners before Season 3 rolls around. So, I think I'm at like 25%, but considering there's 2 more coming, I'll probably refresh my efforts to getting that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and these iron banners are a little bit different because they're
these are gonna be 6v6 iron banners.
There's a whole team, half a team worth of extra bodies to attack.
Yeah, and also some things that I had discovered that I did put in general throughout the week, but I've discovered a few things like tuning into the words of the developers. And definitely a correction I need to make for our listeners is the fact that when we talked about the changes of ability cooldowns through mods, I mentioned that the mods were going to be twice as effective. Josh Hamrick, at least on Twitter, decided, I mean, not me directly, but decided to correct me in the fact that, no, these mods are not going to be twice as effective. When you have a triple stack of an ability cooldown mod, that cooldown is 2 times. Meaning your cooldown is basically cut in half. If you have a triple stack of, say, Void Ordnance, which is your Void Grenade, it means you're going to be throwing twice as many grenades as you could normally.
Iron Banner 6v6.
Yes. They did, he even gave out and not really gave out, but mentioned how it would go. So 1 ability cooldown is 1.33 times. 2 stacked is 1.67, and then 3 stack is double. So mods are going to be, I mean, that in and of itself, mods are going to be, it's going to be pretty major, man. I mean, that's some stuff happening right there. Let me tell you,
2x, dude. Even 1.33 is drastic.
That's pretty drastic compared to what we have now. Which I'm pretty. If I could guess, 1.33 might be our max, ability cooldown modification right now, is what I'm thinking. But I have no proof of it.
With a triple stack.
Yeah, with a triple stack. With a full triple stack, we might get 1.33 times. But yeah, so that's going to be definitely a huge boost. So I'm even more excited for that. Holy crap, man. Let's see. And then there was the talk of PvE damage. They made mention that they're buffing PvE damage on a per weapon basis. I mean, per archetype and per pulse rifle, scout rifle.
Yeah.
They're all getting their own cooldown, so it's not just a blanket, everything gets 10%. But they did mention that the average of these buffs is an increase of 15% damage on average.
Which is one of the benefits of having set rolls on weapons. They can touch a single weapon or a single weapon type easier than random.
Let's see. I think that's about... Oh, also the fact that if there's... The PvE damage buffs go on top of any generic buff on these weapons as well.
Oh, God.
So exactly. So first you're getting your precision multiplier, your base damage increase. Then you're getting your PvE buff. So yeah, a lot of these weapons are going to be monstrous in PvE. Holy crap, which is good because, I mean, right now, I don't mind it, but at the same time, right now, you're one of your most effective loadouts for a raid is auto rifle, Sins of the Past. And it's because 2 people came in, it's okay, so I don't know this encounter too well. What do I need? Guns.
Yeah. What do you feel comfortable
That's
with?
all, yeah, exactly. It's like as long as you have at least one auto rifle, you're pretty much okay, and a rocket with cluster bombs. Mm-hmm. You're fine. I mean, you're good. But yeah, so that's that information. And that, I mean, that's our upcoming Bungie information. I mean,
thankfully, it's.
Holy balls!
Thankfully, it's not a book, but it's full of information that we needed.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, I'm really happy to see like the development update or development roadmap update, pretty much, because they're still communicating. Like, there's not a lot of meat in this TWAB, but there's still a lot of communication and such going forward. Because, like I said, the fact that they're bringing more attention to their development roadmap is just, I mean, this is nice. I mean, just the roadmap itself and the fact that they're talking and hinting about it. I mean, it's really, it is creating kind of an even more of like a community inclusion, I think, because it's like they're putting out these roadmaps. The community is deciding on what they want to get hyped for, and that's kind of the information that they tease out a little more often.
Yeah,
is what it's seeming. It's like whatever the community really wants to know about, they give out some early information about it, and see how it does. And so it's very nice. Because I know a bunch of like other communication has been like. Because some people had made mention why snipers are going to be pushed back to Season 3. And, well, kind of like was explained, you had somebody that had to go over each. They had an artist that had to go over each sniper scope to, like, see what was wrong and how it would work and make sure it was work. So, understandably, that got pushed back.
Yeah.
There are some interesting things kind of being hinted at by Cosmo and DMG, such as the fact that apparently, because people had wanted to like dismantle items in the vault, which would be nice, but he also came back with the questions like, how would you guys like it if we let you dismantle things from the postmaster?
Yeah.
It's like, that sounds like something. But, so yeah, there's definitely like, and it's legitimately hard to keep track of where all they post information, but there is a Twitter account
because every one of them can drop a nugget. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know, right?
You never know who it could be. Who can
and it's
drop
not
a little bit of info that you'd be like, oh, okay,
exactly, because it's not. It's also the fact that they are like ingrained everywhere, because there's a lot of these posts, because like I said, there's a Twitter account that kind of keeps track of what all they say just across the medias. It's a person that apparently Ishtar Commander follows. I have not followed them, so, but I'll wait on his like retweet on a thing and go to that thing and check out like the dump of like information. But yeah, I mean, it's information from Twitter, from developers, it's information from the Bungie forums, BNet forums, freaking Reddit, this, that, or the other, and it's like, crap.
Yeah, they're prolific now. They're like, oh, you want us to talk? We'll talk.
Yeah.
Pretty soon you're gonna want us to shut up.
Oh.
But I'm interested in Iron Banner 6v6 because, like we've said before, that would have made it real interesting from the beginning.
Yeah.
They made it only the only 6v6 playlist. I don't think we're going to see anything new. I mean, I'll be pleasantly surprised if we see new weapons before Season 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it is, but I mean, you might be able to get the ones that got away. You know,
for sure.
That got away. Now you can direct buy it, which I suggest just direct buying. It's a lot easier. But if you want to roll chance.
I mean, there is the Sparrow and the ship, so and the Ghost, so there's temptations to open them packages.
Yeah. I mean, I got the Ghost and I got the ship. I haven't gotten the Sparrow yet.
And neither have I.
I mean,
but I got the Ghost. I mean, the ship. God.
I love the ship. I love it.
Oh yeah.
It's so nice just to you see it and you're like, oh, I have the Lannister Lion on my ship, and I don't even need to throw a shader on it because that beat up New Monarchy shader. It's good enough. I mean, I'm like, yeah, fuck it.
Well, I mean, yeah, because it drops with a random shader, but yeah, just
take it off.
Yeah, the first thing I did is I was like, oh, hey, cool, take this off. There we go. There's that freaking there's that green and silverish.
There's that green and there it is. I would put New Monarchy shaders on everything. It's like Frank's hot sauce. I put that shit on everything. But yeah, man.
Yeah, holy crap. I mean, like 30 minutes in. And that's the TWAB.
That's the TWAB. We're not
I've missed these days.
Yeah, we're not reading books and books and books, right?
Yeah, I've missed these days. So yeah, like I said, I mean, gotten into a couple raids. I've learned some things and gotten comfortable doing some things in both raids.
You always need a shot caller. You always need a
for sure,
as it were.
But yeah, like I said, I've gotten very comfortable because last week I basically had gotten more comfortable doing Shadow Realm for Callus.
Yeah,
which is a little hectic, and also because last time or should I say the first time I completed it, we actually ended up doing the glitch where you did the inside with 4 people.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of things that we did that I didn't quite understand, that I learned why doing it normally, especially when you only, which last week sometimes you only ended up with 2 people in the Shadow Realm. People fly. Just happens sometimes. But it's like, why you actually shoot skulls? I thought it was just a buff they gave you. No, if you don't shoot skulls will kill you.
Yeah,
they will murder you dead.
Yeah, they're they're like sniper shots.
Exactly. So it's like, wow, I'm getting hurt. There's nothing.
We gotta shoot these guys. Got it.
Yeah. So that was a nice learning experience. That not only do you want to shoot the skulls for your high damage, but also to stay alive. Listen to the Bee Gees, kids. Yeah, and then like I said, just 90% of the second Argos encounter, I am instantly, spent it might have been my 3rd time doing it, but I'm okay doing it now because just the amount of times that we kind of failed and had to restart and failed and restarted and this, that, and the other, it just gave me a lot of familiarity with basically both of the roles, even though I was running.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, it gave me a lot of familiarity with both of the roles and at least how they ran it. So I'm really cool, and I've learned a bunch of hidey holes, in every area. Mm-hmm. It's it was hilarious because a lot of people complained about the arc side because there's not a lot of cover on arc side in Argos.
No, there isn't.
But coming from basically where the solar skulls spawn in, there's a ramp-ish Vex structure. If you're facing Argos, it's going to be to the right of Arc.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually ran up that structure, and there's this little niche, this little hole that is 1 Guardian wide. And if you duck, nothing shoots you. I found that hidey hole. It may not be the first to find that hidey hole. I was the only one in that group that was utilizing that hole.
I may not have been at first, but I used it.
And I tell you what, there were many times I didn't die quite as often,
yeah.
At least on Arc side. But I tell you what, Arc side has the MVP suicide harpies. My God, if you heard 1 Guardian down, you turned back around and you saw 3 ghosts. Almost every time. My God, those harpies deserve promotions. They were murdering us. Oh. But yeah, I had a lot of fun, though. A lot of fun. Holy crap.
I mean, it is fun. I mean...
Yeah, it is.
Leviathan's a lot more of a time sink for me, so I like the raid layers, I'm interested to see what raid layer they do for this upcoming expansion.
For sure.
Because I mean, it's the Eater of Worlds. They might have a whole new world ahead of them.
Indeed.
So,
I mean, this was a Vex mind or whatever that got gobbled up. Yeah. So there's no telling what all kinds of nonsense is in there.
Yeah, in the belly of the beast, as it were.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we got Wow, we got done. We got
done
with Destiny pretty quick.
40-minute Destiny podcast. For those that just listen to Destiny, it's been great. But yeah, that's all I got. I rated twice, which is big news for me. But yeah, I mean,
as you hear Pete crunching on a bone that I gave him so he could be good.
It's like, chill out, dog.
Yeah, might as well get his jaw up, right?
Yeah.
So, buddy, what have you been playing, man? Like, what have you been up to?
Well, my number 2 getaway, which is hilarious.
Happening right now.
Yeah, I'm. As our listeners know, I bought Injustice 2 on like a massive sale. Hilariously, this is a fighting game with a heavy gear grind. I'm still grinding epic gear. Because, like I said, these pieces, I mean, it's these gear that they can do things to help you, like when you're doing the multiverse events, which get you more gear and blah this, blah that. But it's like it takes the place of alternate costumes. And for all these pieces of gear, they have like decades of like DC like flavors and crap that they're pulling from. So like there's a lot of pieces that look very different, and then of course, with the more recent movies, they're putting out pieces that are like from the movies, like Wonder Woman and Flash, especially. Like at least from the video game design, look very different, at least gear-wise, from their movie inspiration counterparts. But yeah, so I've that and being able to let your AI fighter. So even if you're not good at freaking fighting games, you can actually just set up a really good AI fighter and just watch the computer do cool things in your name, essentially. So, yeah. So, I mean, it's a really, like, low gateway to, like, get into. So, yeah. That's been my other thing.
Nice. I mean, we've talked about some of the alternate costumes, like you said. There's decades and decades and decades
for sure.
of things that they could pull from. So,
oh yeah, for sure. And they do, like I said, like one of the biggest. I know I made the example before, but one of the biggest things that are noticeable differences, or characters that has some of the noticeable differences, is like Harley.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
because she has hairstyles that match her newer and more popular incarnation with the pigtails, with the blue and the red dyed tips. They have kind of her classic jester hat looks. They have like the 4-pronged jester hat looks, and they even have a headpiece that puts her in pigtails, but it's like the classic half red, half black dye, like full dye, which looks pretty cool. So yeah, like I said, and then like I was just telling you before, they have the Joker in the Joker-esque Batman head piece, which is hilarious to see. So yeah,
very cool. Let me see. I've been playing this week has been kind of tough. So
sure.
I did get on Destiny and get done my my Flashpoint on IO. You know, did the basic stuff.
Yeah.
Been running around playing. You know, No Man's Sky has had a huge update, so I've been tinkering around there.
Nice.
I've had. I mean, I don't want to bring it up quite yet, but there's been a lot going on.
For sure.
In our second favorite game.
That one has had some massive update.
Yeah, buddy. Played some Fallout. Just been dicking around with different games.
Yeah.
So, I've had some things happen this week that's been kind of rough. So gaming hasn't been my number one priority right now.
Yeah.
As Pete is demolishing that bone at my feet, which is really disheartening. I played some Fortnite with Tim.
Nice.
Friend of the show, Tim, K.A. Trotter. He was on last week's show. I played some Fortnite with him. That's always fun when you play with friends. I don't like it without. I don't play solo. I like to. That game is one of those games that you need to play with a buddy, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Other than that, it's been kind of a rough week for the Buster Knuckle. I'll bring that up at the end of the show. I don't want to be the Buzz Killington in the middle of the show.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, man. Like, I got Tim back into the Paladins. Don't worry, guys. No Paladin talk quite yet. It's coming, though. Other than that, I've been waiting. I think next week I'll be getting my Xbox so I can play Sea of Thieves.
Nice.
Because that game looks amazing.
Yeah, I actually read an article about that. On how it just might get No Man's Sky, like, similar launch or whatever.
Yeah.
Not to the effect of anything negative, because it was actually an article from the guy from Forbes that does Forbes
Paul
gaming.
Tassi?
There we go, Paul Tassi. And Paul Tassi mentioned himself, like, he was actually an advocate of No Man's Sky and actually had enjoyed playing it, but to be a good reporter, you need objectiveness. So even though he liked the game, he was still reporting on the fact that the game had flaws.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that's one thing I do usually like about him is, like, he keeps that non-biased, objective opinion. Mm-hmm. But he did make mention that he might be a little afraid of the fact that, there's just not quite enough for a Ravenous community, essentially. And yeah, Rare is like a nice company and all, and they have good intention, and from the sounds of it, like from everything I've heard, like Sea of Thieves has a lot of fun things in it. But like the main question is, like, will it, keep the community happy for long enough, essentially? Which, I mean, that's basically the big question of any live world game. It's like, are they going to be able to fully mimic an MMO and keep their community fed with content? Because Sea of Thieves just might learn exactly how ravenous of a crowd that they're attracting. And it might not be like I said, it may not be bad. It may not be, like some of the No Man's Sky stuff that, things didn't work out as intended or whatever. So he's not didn't really mention that aspect, but just purely from the fact of, will there actually be enough content for people, essentially? Which, I mean, that's, like I said, that's a fair question for any game that's getting, like, live updates.
Yeah.
Is there going to be enough content to justify you asking for such a time commitment from people? Because, that's even true of Destiny.
Yeah.
Like I said, anything that has an ongoing time commitment, essentially.
It's one of those things. I mean, I definitely can see it. I know communities, and they can get ravenous quick.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You can chew through a lot of stuff, and a game that does not have a story mode or does not have a campaign.
Oh yeah.
Might be a bit of an issue at first, but the way I look at it, it's probably the way I look at it, Sea of Thieves is going to be, let's get your buddies together, let's go around, let's be pirates, let's pilot a ship. Oh shit, look at that, bang bang bang, we got them. Yeah. Hurry up.
Because even though there's a lot of nuance, also I think it made mention that the overall gameplay, prospective behind us, oh yeah, go out, search for this treasure chest, do this. Oh, go to this person, do this thing. And the fact that the only thing you're getting out of it is cosmetics. These could be issues. They might not be issues. Mm-hmm. It all depends on how the community receives it and how Rare goes forward with the game, which, I'm definitely not going to judge the game from launch. I'm definitely not going to be judging this game because I can't throw money into an Xbox. But actually, I am getting a new headset, though. So.
Nice.
It's a little cheap HyperX Stinger, I think it's called. Which I was immediately surprised. Of course, not sponsored because that's not who we are. But I was actually looking around for it. I'm wearing them on my head. But I had a pair of HyperX Clouds that I got on sale, and my quality is okay and everything, and listening quality is good, but these are some of the most comfortable headsets I had ever owned. Because right out of the box, the leather and crap, it's not stiff at all. There's no parts of these cushioning that's stiff right out of the box. So it's got an already broken in feel.
That's cool.
Just from the get-go. And like I said, I ended up seeing one. It's the HyperX Stinger, which has a slightly different makeup, but of course it has a steel band, which might end up being nice because that's in most of my headsets. That's the first thing that gets broken is your flimsy little band that adjusts. So for that being steel, I'm hoping this will last a while, and it is one of those that you actually tilt the microphone up to mute it.
Oh, so it has an automatic.
Yeah, so as soon as you swivel it up, it's muted. And I've always wanted one of those because I get tired of mute buttons only because I forget to unmute myself. So I've wanted one of these headsets to basically be able to tilt up, and that way it's going to be impossible for me to forget I've muted myself. Because if I've muted myself, it's not even near my face anyway.
Yeah, because nothing's worse than when you're and you're trying to talk, and then you don't realize, and then you're realizing why isn't anybody talking to me? And then you're I'm dumb. I don't have. I'm
or
muted.
Someone realizes oh wait, Buster's gotten really quiet. Hey, you're muted, and it's
yeah. And then you're oh, sorry guys. Oops.
Click. Thanks.
I'm stupid.
But yeah, so I got that coming. So that's nice. That's
awesome.
Crap! I still haven't played Final Fantasy 15. Crap. Because I ended up getting a PSN card, and I actually got the Royal Edition, or whatever, extension. I have not booted it up since. Crap.
Shit on a cracker.
I know, right? Because I wanted to go ahead and pick that up, and it's I got the Royal Edition upgrade, and then I ended up getting the just before it ended, basically, the VIP pack for Paladins. Mm-hmm. And then I threw what little I had left into crystals, which gave me the Madame Sarah skin.
Yeah, I didn't get the Dark Lord Torvald.
Are
you asking yourself?
Oh yeah,
Buster salty? Yeah, Buster salty as shit. I got the steampunk one though, so I guess
that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, I guess it's kind of sad either way because the only reason I got the steampunk Torvald was I guess we're doing Paladins talk now. Warning, Paladin, warning, Paladin, warning.
Yeah.
I guess we do. The only reason I got Torvald was because I had about 1 million VIP points, and I thought when I read the their passion is like, here's what we're coming with, here's what we're bringing. I'm like, it probably won't be that crazy. No, it's
no, it was that crazy.
Yeah, it's bananas. And I was like, oh, thanks. I'll take all those points. That's dope. I'll do that. And it was just
So I'm like a couple days into like the VIP thing, and I was thanks to the VIP packs, you easily get tier 1, like almost tier 2, and then this happens like, oh, here's tier 2, and it's like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, I think I picked up tier 3 with
nice.
with the VIP drop, with all that. So I mean, like I said, I played with Tim. I got Tim back into it.
It's nice.
And I was like, imagine how fun it would be if we had a full squad, huh? And he was like, do you have a full squad? I'm like, I mean, I know several people who play the game that like it. I mean, Des being one of them. I know Zanny has it. I know Converse has it.
Yeah, it'll definitely be easier to get Xanapen
than Converse.
In the game. Oh yeah. Which I mean, because I noticed you made mention like one of our discords. It's like, if he really had a choice, I think it was actually the bad Discord, but it's like, if he really had a choice, he likes Overwatch better than Paladins. Mm-hmm. But he would basically, I think, what did he say? I think something equating to like he would rather watch like grass grow than play both of them or something.
Yeah, no, he'd
rather
watch grass grow than play Overwatch and
or something. Yeah. But yeah, it was definitely something in that range, and it was hilarious. But
the only thing you can say is fair. I mean,
yeah, it's fair. Yeah, that's cool.
I guess that's what you want. I mean, I love the game. I love it. By the way, the skin I got was for Cassie, a character I'd never play.
Oh, wait. However, I think mowing the lawn is still more enjoyable
yes.
Both combined. Mowing the lawn. There we go. That was it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, like I said, that's a fair assessment. I mean...
it's not for everyone.
I mean, one of the only reasons I was even able to get Converse in last time was the fact that I knew I had a ringer for him, and that was the fact of the aim assist... console settings that they added, like friction and magnetism and crap like that. So that's why I mentioned that to Converse. Someone's like, "Hey man, they got these settings to get rid of that thing you constantly get aggravated with. So why don't you hop on in and give it a try?"
Yeah.
So now that card's used, I haven't. Yeah.
I'm sure I luck.
Yeah. Pretty much up to his whims. But yeah. But I know, like I said, I know Zan made mention like last time we were playing of playing more often, and I think was it Drafty that we were playing with. I can't remember if it was Drafty. No, it might have been Phoenix. Crap! Somebody remind me. I forget names, and I apologize to everybody. It's not the fact that you run together. I don't enjoy your time. It's the fact that my memory is awful. Absolutely awful.
Sometimes he forgets my name. If that helps you. You is what I hear a lot.
Dude.
But hey, buddy.
But anyway, so yeah,
it might have been Drafty. I think.
Like I said, it was either Drafty or Phoenix, though. I can narrow it down to those two. No, it was Phoenix.
Phoenix, okay.
Yeah, it was definitely Phoenix. Yeah, because it was the first time I talked to him since his House Stella moniker.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. That's what. Yeah. It was definitely Phoenix. But so Paladins console was updated.
Technically twice.
Well, the update was postponed by a day. Because they had apparently a massive hotfix that their executive producers started as a hotfix, and their new producer got a hold of it and was like, you know what, let's do this. So they apparently did a crap ton of things. What do they do specifically for that hotfix? I couldn't tell you, but there's a crap ton of things apparently done. Console has gotten just an entire facelift because they threw OB66 and OB67 together. They delayed the update from what I mentioned in Discord of what they called OB 67.5. So that's even included. So like we said, Radiant chests, they're gone. Essences to buy cards, gone because all your loadout cards, you get them from the start now, which I think is an amazing choice. You're not limiting your player to anything that they could do from the start. Legendary cards, they're talents now. And they're pretty powerful, of course. But of course, if you're coming back to Paladins, look for these talents in the character, like, ability screen now. That's where you can see them. They're not even in the card section anymore. They're in the character ability screen. So be mindful of that. And yeah, if you've played for a while and played consistently, like every copy from Cards Unbound, you might get a holy metric butt ton of gold and VIP points.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows, legitimately, this update gave me 1.1 million gold.
And I spent it.
I didn't, because I don't know now what to spend it on.
I spent it.
Suddenly I have like a character level 26 Victor. Because I didn't realize, I forgot the fact that they had streamlined the character XP, kind of like they did, but they did it like they did with the account levels.
It's a catch-up. There's a catch-up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they changed the XP requirements, which means, but they didn't change the XP you have on a character. So you might come back in and be like 5 or so levels higher than what you were, or 10 or whatever. But depending upon how much you were grinding. Let's see. One thing for for the console specific updates. Let's see. We will have Plushie Makoa available in VIP rotation since we didn't get OB66. Mm-hmm. So that's not left. Untouched and questions later trophy? Yeah, whatever. And they moved the default third person toggle to D-pad up instead of R3, which I kind of like that change. I haven't used it, but I kind of like that change. And they've rotated the base free champions now, so it's Ruckus, Genos, Victor, Lex, and Cassie. So like I said, if you've had the last free set of characters, then there you go. You actually get those and these.
It's a definite jump. Also, yeah. I have a level 14. My two highest levels, surprise, surprise, Torvald and Ruckus.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, there's a crap ton of things they changed. Just like the fact that they got rid of Radiant chests, so there's no Radiant chests. So a lot of what gave you Radiant chests now giving you gold chests, which is, skins and stuff. You don't think Paladin skins are nice? Well, some of them, not all of them are. But that's another thing they're changing in the very next OB. They're getting rid of their parts and pieces system. But Raven, what's the parts and pieces system? Well, that's
difficult. That's tricky.
That's Paladin's way of playing dress up, especially because their parts and pieces system are your character skin, headpiece, body piece, and accessory, and that's what allows you to mix and match different skins and different styles. Because they've actually gotten a question, because in the Paladin Strike mobile game, there's a lot of questions on why can't regular Paladin skin look as amazing as these Paladin Strike skins for a freaking mobile game. And that's because the mobile game does not have the pieces and parts system, so they're able to design entire skins. So they're getting rid of that in the main game.
Oh my god, some of the...
Yeah, for sure. Which, of course, we don't have the... Only Australia has the Paladin Strike mobile game right now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so in the interest of basically helping performance a little, because the game has to, has to load all these different meshes for the character. So they're making it a little, they're getting rid of the system not only to help the systems, that way it only has to load one mesh instead of several, but also the fact that they can have 1,000,000% more like creativity and not as many boundaries, because with the pieces and parts system, they have a lot of boundaries per piece, so that way you're not clipping with anything, because they want what they make to look good. But yeah, so they are getting rid of all those shenanigans. It is basically the customization of your character is going to be a champion skin, a weapon, and a voice pack, essentially. And they have made mention that the voice pack will default to the themed skin champion pack, but you can change the voice pack as you so wish.
One thing I can say about this update that I do not like, I cannot figure out. I got my Grok to level 14. Mm-hmm. And I can't unlock the obsidian skin.
Might be capable in the customization screen itself.
Okay.
Like when selecting the piece, maybe?
No, it still says it's locked.
That might be something that might need console tweaking for, because this is a new UI.
Yeah.
And it is a UI designed for PC users still, so it might need some tweaks to have slightly better functionality on console. Which is the biggest, like, one of my bigger, like, not really issues, but not even really gripes, but yeah, it's fair.
Just things to, Oh, no, you're right. I see it now.
Okay.
I think I see it. Hold
on. So yeah, so also, at least in the article of them taking their pieces and parts system away, they have some concept art of some skins, and it's like some theme skins that, my god. Like these, like, freaking demonic Torvald. It's like, oh my god. And then these piratey, again, little pirate emoji is adorable.
Yeah.
That little thing is just straight up adorable. But yeah, going to be very interesting though to see them step their skin games up. Because they have the capability of making nice ones. Because like I said, their mobile game was apparently only available in Australia and still in pre-release everywhere else. Yeah, they have some amazing looking skins. So I mean, they've got the capability, and even with some of their restrictions, like some of this stuff looks good, but it is definitely going to be nice to see what they can do, unbound, as it were. So yeah, so that's like I said, that's like the Nobi too, that they're taking away pieces and parts. And they're definitely pushing back like rank 2.0 for console. Mm-hmm. I think it's like a little more time to get there, because I think rank 2.0 is supposed to be out by now, but they're actually pushing it back just a bit for console. Like I said, if you haven't logged in a couple weeks, definitely do that, because you've got some differences waiting on you now. Because holy crap, I'm having to get used to going back to the old loadout system though.
Yes, it's different.
That's right? Similar. Oh my god. It's like crap. That's right. We have to like select levels and do this, and oh crap, there's that, and what's good on this person? I mean, see, I think they have changed Kinessa also. like pretty drastically, because like her the mechanics of her gun have essentially changed. Apparently, I haven't tested her out since the change, so I don't know like firsthand how she feels anymore. And then she's a sniper, so I'm never hitting shots, but I'll probably pull her out at some point in time. Feature skins are like Infiltrator Strix, Jotun Terminus, which are they're in Diamond Chest and the VIP store. So you can buy them, you can try your luck. I'm kind of sad that you cannot buy Drakefire Tyra in any way, except for through the Diamond Chest, because that looks nice.
Yeah, it does look kind of sick, don't it?
That's freaking Legend of Dragoon crap right there. Like, oh my god. And also, be sure to pick up your Bad Art Spray Pack for 25 gold to get such amazing MS Paint inspired art, such as Rip OB64, which is their jab at Reddit. And I love it. I absolutely love it. But yeah, so, and they've also, speaking of like redesigning Knesset all, they've also redesigned the visuals of her default weapon. And like most other times that they redesign things, you can pick up her original design for 1 gold for a limited time. And they have fixed Fernando's character portrait. You can now see his beautiful face again.
Now you get to see his face, amigo.
Yeah. So like I said, that was a change that was very curious to me. Like when they went to these new character portraits, it's like, why is Fernando's helmet down? That's weird. But yeah, that's changed now. So like I said, new and improved skin sim on the way. So things will really start like looking up and amping up. Yeah, future for Paladins is looking pretty good. Like there's a lot of polish coming down the pipeline. There's a lot of creativity they're opening the way for. Apparently in the next open beta build, we'll have our first ever event for Paladins.
Yeah. Yes.
Which they've made mention of. I don't actually know if that's even up on the public test, but I would have to freaking download the new patch if the public test is even up. That would take forever. But I could probably report on that at another time. But holy crap. Because I cannot wait to see what like this event is, because they pulled in the executive producer from Smite. And Smite had some fun and interesting events, because I mean they had one event that pretty much had you playing like Smite version of Mario Kart. Literally, there were power-ups and crap to pick up and like launch at people. So I mean, yeah, I cannot wait for that level of creativity to permeate into Paladins and see how they can implement these very interesting things.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely more fun. Oh, there he goes again. But that's pretty much Paladins, and like I said, I got Tim back into it.
It's very nice.
Yeah, but we played a couple matches. We played a warm up match, and then 2 matches, won 1, lost 1. I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, one team, it was 4 damage and me as a frontliner.
Nice.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here like, oh, great, super, thanks, guys. And then like the damages were like, Cassie and Bomb King, and the weird damages that don't seem to have a place, I would say. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get my shit pushed in, aren't I? Yep, sure am.
Yeah, there was back when I was playing with Phoenix and Zan, we got utterly absolutely annihilated by the best Maeve I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I didn't, like, I've compared her before to, like, Genji from Overwatch, but I have not seen that level of mobility and skill from a Maeve until this guy. Mm-hmm. Like, they were double jumping it's like, I can't remember who I was playing. Been a damage. So I don't think I went tank, but I'd go off and, like, try and pick someone off, and the next thing I know, shink, 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 I'm dead. 2 seconds later, she's like halfway across the map, and someone else is like, "Oh, this freaking Maeve," and it's like, but she was just on me, like literally.
How did she get there?
It's like, and I saw her move at one point in time and like close distance using like her double jump and like ability activation. Is like, you just know this character. You just know.
Oh yeah, this character. You feel this character inside your soul.
Yeah.
There's certain.
So yeah, that was.
There's certain characters that are like that. Like I'm like that with Ruckus. It's just something about Ruckus. I'm like, oh, yep, I got it. We're good.
Yeah, I had to face that kind of Maeve, and like I said, we lost, but I was not even mad about it. Like I couldn't be, because I mean they were just good. So yeah, there was no way that I could even. Like I said, no way I could be mad at it, because like I got outskilled.
Pete, knock it off.
See. Also, last minute question from the one and only Lazarich. See if it isn't too late. If you could name a pirate ship, because Sea of Thieves comes out next week, what would you name it?
Oh man, I actually have one too that we got last week late. I mean, for my One Piece fans, the Going Merry would be a nice little callback.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm thinking. I mean, Twisted Sister sounds really cool. Like, you got to pick like a tough sounding name. You know what I mean?
I know, right? But I mean, because you got a lot of like old pirate ship names that are like kind of poetic and crap, and I don't know. It depends on. It'd have to be like the purpose.
Yeah.
Because you know, of course, if it's for like a video game and to be a troll, I might just name it the Krusty Krab. Because I do think that would be an interesting pirate ship name, and B, like I said, it'd troll everyone and be hilarious. Mm-hmm. We're getting attacked by the Krusty Krab. That, and I guess Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob is like the close to a pirate archetype anyway. So it actually fits a little better than I thought.
I mean, I was going to say the Silver Snake, the Star. You know, depending on what kind of pirate you are as well, you know?
I know, right?
If you were a buccaneer, then definitely, you know, you definitely should probably.
It's an interesting question, and awful when it comes up to names of things. Henceforth, you know, the Twitch broadcasting of the Corvus Nest, haha, get it? But I don't know. Like, I'm awful at coming up with names. I'm absolutely awful. I'm the worst.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not that great either. Hence,
yeah.
You know, Blissful Lister 113. But, yeah, I mean, you know, you pretty much can't go wrong with any pirate ship name. Any pirate name is a good pirate name because you're a pirate.
That's true. And I've always, like, because there's a lot of people, of course, that like the pirate ship names, but I'm more into, like, the pirates themselves, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's, you know, I mean, that's usually where the fame goes. Because, I mean, who actually knows the name of Blackbeard's ship?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, the only pirate ship I know of is the Black Pearl, and that's just from a fucking movie.
I mean, well, I think the movie actually did get Blackbeard's ship name right, and that was Queen Anne's Revenge. But then again, it's like, what?
Yeah.
No, you don't know about the Queen Anne's Revenge. You know about Blackbeard.
Teach is who you know of.
Yeah, no, right. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm awful at naming things. I'm sorry, I cannot properly answer this. But yeah, I'll stick with my answer of the Krusty Krab.
Our old buddy. Well, we got a question from on Twitter from our good friend Gorilla Golf, and it was, if you could have any anime power, what would you pick?
Anime power. Mm-hmm. There's so many good ones to like. So many good ones to like choose from, legitimately. It's like, holy crap. Anime power.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones, really.
I might default to like key usage, a la Dragon Ball, because that's kind of like a multi-purpose, Swiss Army knife of powers, essentially, depending upon how you train and react, or like Naruto, chakra and ninjutsu.
Yeah, I was gonna say Reishi and Reiatsu from the Zanpakuto from Bleach.
Speaking of that, I actually finally caught I don't know why, but I just at one point in time randomly went through looking for death battles again, and I finally caught Ichigo versus Naruto. Mm-hmm. Which was interesting, to say the least. Because
I disagree.
No, I like it. Because that's one thing I do like about that show. Because even if I don't foresee the winner, it's like their explanation makes sense on why. But at least from like beginning notion, I thought Ichigo would have that one. I thought Ichigo would have it from the beginning. But again, like I said, their explanations make sense. They're a little like long-winded and such. I mean, they're long-winded, but I mean, they go into so much detail on like trying to real world.
They real world it.
Yeah, like quantify things. And like I said, it makes sense, but it's, I mean, like I said, at least from the start, it's like, I mean, Ichigo should have it, or Ichigo should have it, right? It's like, oh wait, Naruto has this thing. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you gotta realize.
It's all right.
That kid has literally unlimited power.
I mean, yeah, essentially, and they didn't even go into the only thing that they kind of missed was they didn't even go into the huge advantage of his shadow clones. Because the huge advantage of his shadow clones isn't the fact that he can create thousands of them, but also one reason why he's such a fighting prodigy is because each shadow clone
learns. Yeah,
whenever it dissipates and goes back to him, he essentially learns what that clone has learned. So that's why he can, at least in fights, like when he uses a crap ton of them and brute forces his way through an enemy's defense, that's why suddenly he doesn't need shadow clones anymore. Because he knows, like, within that instant, a person's weakness, essentially. So it's like a shortcut to, like I said, openings and crap. Mm-hmm. So, like I said.
Also, the kid is a genius when it comes to him. He uses shadow clones like no other ninja.
Does. I mean, yeah. Clones. Yeah, for sure. I mean, good lord, even that when you're freaking using clones to mimic, like, some of the best taijutsu like artists, because he was trying to mimic Sasuke, who was mimicking Rock Lee. It's like,
with the lion brush.
Yeah, his Uzumaki barrage or Naruto barrage.
I'm just going to throw a shit ton of guys at you and see what happens. Right?
It's like, oh, Sasuke did this really cool thing. You know what? I'm just going to use clones and Uzumaki. So yeah, again,
he just adds numbers.
Right. It's like, oh, crap.
2K Barrage is 2,000 guys coming at you at the same time. Enjoy this life.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that was interesting. I saw also, was it Raven versus Oh crap! It was one of the My Little Ponies.
Mm-hmm.
And that was hilarious.
Fluttershy?
I don't think it was. It might have been Fluttershy. I can't remember, but I don't know names. But it was that. Like I said, the fights are hilarious. Because you go into like the backstory of each character, like just in case you don't know, the only issue that I do have, like with some people, I also saw what was it, Terry Bogard versus Ken Masters, which was another epic freaking fight. But like they take like everything from these characters. So like when it comes to fighting game characters, they go into like quantifying like the animes or American cartoons, like everything around these characters, and they pretty much canonize it in their fight, which, you know, a lot of people have issue with because, of course, when it comes to like Terry Bogard, a lot of, you know, the King of Fighters animes aren't considered canon because they're not part of the fighting games. Same thing with Street Fighter 2V. The only extra source of Street Fighter that's considered canon is the live action was Way of the Assassin's Fist, or it was something Assassin's Fist, and it was like the live action telling of like Ryu and Ken learning from Goken, which is a really good series. If you can track down a way to see that, it's really, really nice for Street Fighter fans. So that's like issue number 2, because like I said, they take every source possible. Yeah. And of course, as I realize when I'm talking about this, they may have to actually make a Goku versus Superman Part 3. Because Goku's getting a new form.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to please the masses because Ultra Instinct, even though so they've done it twice, and I agree with them doing it because, again, Superman is a man with no limits. And the story of Goku is about a man overcoming the limits of his adversaries. But Superman is not a Dragon Ball villain. Superman is not like Jiren. He's not going to sandbag for like 40 minutes just to give his opponent a chance to beat him.
Nope. The second he knows he can fight, he's like, oh.
Yeah. It's like, okay, you're done now.
We can fight for real?
And then Goku is way too kind-hearted to take advantage of Superman's weaknesses. Or not really kind-hearted, but he wants the best fight he can get. So it's like, which is another thing I super agreed with in the death battle thing, because in, I think it was their first one, like Superman stumbles upon some kryptonite, and Goku's like, oh, you're weak now? Oh, it's because of this? Oh, we don't need this, and like tosses it into orbit, and it's like, you idiot. That was your only chance. But yeah, so
the Saiyans had that cool ability that regardless of how bad they get their ass whooped, they get better.
Yeah, but that doesn't work for him anymore.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, because I thought that was hilarious. That was a plot point for Super. It's like, oh yeah, the whole Zenkai thing? Yeah, they're too powerful for it now.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense. I mean,
he also asked, Gorilla Golf also asked if we were caught up. I mean, I'm not, but there's reasons.
I mean, it's still Dragon Ball, though. So, I mean, if you don't enjoy the story of Dragon Ball, I mean, because Jiren makes me mad. The fact that the fact that the previews are showing him fighting Goku on par, even as Goku has perfected Ultra Instinct. It's like, why? Yeah. You big freaking idiot. Why? It's like, why are you sandbagging and letting him do this thing? It's like, oh my, you could have won this tournament in the first minute. Mm-hmm. You moron.
Let me just say right now, if I can crush you, I'm crushing you. There's no,
I know, right?
There's no ha, we're playing games. Nope, because you can always get lucky. Nah, not at all. If I know I can take you, I'm taking you. You're done. You're out. See you later.
I mean, yeah, that's the only thing that's legitimately the only thing I'm not liking about, or really even not like about Dragon Ball. I mean, Frieza had it. He could have just annihilated everyone if he just transformed to full power and, went at it. Mm-hmm. I mean, Cell had a Saiyan's arrogance, so he's the only one that actually makes sense on why he didn't go full power. But yeah, so I mean, it's like the villains have. I mean, I get it's a shonen manga or a shonen anime, so it's like very simple plot, and
Yeah.
it's the fights that are centered around it or whatever. I get it, but still, it's like,
yeah, it's still frustrating because you're like, come on, man. There's no way in hell you would do that. Jiren would not like. I know I talk about Bleach a lot, probably because it's one of my favorite animes of all time. But Aizen didn't fuck around.
No, he did not. Like, no.
I can crush you. Cool, I'm crushing you.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason Ichigo won was, I mean, other than plot armor, is because, well, plot armor, and the fact that the kid has everything inside of him. He has the Naruto Uzumaki effect. I'm everything? Cool.
Well, I mean, not even freaking Naruto. Like, Naruto at least, like, slow, like, well, towards the end of the series, like, all this crap compounded, and it's like, oh, yeah, you're this because you're this, that, and the other, and this, and this, and that. And then, oh, yeah, you're also friends with your Fox Demon now. So you can just access this chakra whenever.
Hey, man.
Oh, yeah, and the creator of ninjutsu, yeah, you get half of its energy.
Well, you're the son.
You're the reincarnation of his son. So here you go. It's like,
by the way, you and Sasuke, and you're the reincarnation of Hashirama.
Yeah, so it's like
the greatest of all the Hokage. By the way, if you haven't caught up on Naruto, spoilers. We should have said that a little bit ago, but also it's probably like it ended 3-4 years ago. You could have caught up anytime.
It's like anything that they have now in the anime is like side stories, if even they're still going.
No, it's Boruto now. It's Naruto's son.
Oh yeah, Boruto. Yeah, which awful name.
Oh, terrible.
I get it, but come on, you could have called him Bolt.
Bolt, yeah.
English. I mean, it would have been bad, but it's like I get what they're doing because it's literally Boruto in Japanese, of course, but it more translates to Bolt.
And he's supposed to be quick, like his dad.
Yeah. So I mean, what they're doing is they're creating like, at least for English, they're creating like franchise, like you'll be able to recognize it essentially because Naruto, Boruto.
Yeah. Oh.
It's like
it has to do with Naruto. Cool.
Exactly. So it's like, just call him Bolt. Like, stop it. Like,
and I think it's super funny that in both of the term Big Three typically implied Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. And One Piece is still going, by the way, just to let you know.
Yeah, right.
Haven't even fought one of the Pirate Kings yet.
They still haven't?
No, he hasn't fought. No, I'm sorry. He's fighting Big Mom.
Okay.
One of the right. I don't want to say kaiju. I know the name. You know what I'm talking about. One of the Pirate Kings. What Shanks is.
Yeah.
And he's fighting them. He's fighting he's not even fighting Big Mom. He's running from her now because he realized, there's a power level difference between us.
Yeah. That's another thing I do like about One Piece is there's usually also not a lot of sandbagging there either. No. Like, if Luffy can take Luffy coming at you hard, if you could take a gum pistol, he's going gears. If you could take gears, he's getting out of dodge.
I also like now, I mean, I don't know how caught up you are, that he's not going gear 5, 6, gear 7. He's going like gear 4 Snake Man.
Yeah.
Like they're not going, this makes more sense. Let's just go a bunch of gears as opposed to.
You mean like Super Saiyan levels?
Yeah. But now he has he only has 4 gears, which makes sense because a car only has 4 gears plus reverse.
Yeah.
And I think one of them is Jump Man. One of them, the newest one he just did is Snake Man, which basically is him using his stretchiness to his benefit.
Yeah, because he doesn't actually. So he's kind of like. Would you equate it to Mr. Fantastic? Essentially.
What Snake Man does?
Yeah. Essentially.
Well, I mean, that's in general.
Kind of, but he doesn't really use the rubberiness like, Mr. Fantastic, like for evasion purposes usually. Usually.
Now it's observation hockey is what he just mastered in Snake Man. Like, the guy he went against could basically see the future because his observation hockey is so strong.
Yeah.
and his power was how Luffy is the rubber man. This guy was Mochi, a Mochi man, which basically he was a better Luffy. I'm going to say it. He could do Luffy better than Luffy. And Luffy was like, oh, shit. And then kind of like copied him almost. Like, you know how Luffy does. Like, oh, if this works, I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
And, he used it. And they kind of, I don't want to say draw. You know, they hit each other with their big moves and they both kind of like laid down. And then the guy got up and was like, I'm going to let you out because I've never had someone fight me on par. That bullshit. You're going to be the king of the pirates, Luffy, you Straw Hat. Yeah. That old rigmarole. But, it's one of those. I like One Piece.
All right, so also, I'm not incredibly caught up, but has Zoro met Mihawk again?
No.
Okay. No. That's fair. Because I think, so their only fight is still that one fight where, like...
When he crushed him?
I know, absolutely demolished him.
Well, but you got to realize, oh man, we're going deep into anime. All right, cool. My theory is, because Mihawk's a warlord.
Yeah.
I think he is Shanks' swordsman.
I mean, that makes sense. Even
though Shanks has a swordsman in his crew that you see, I think Mihawk is like when it comes time, if there's ever like a pirate war, that you'll see Mihawk next to. You're going to see him fight again. You're going to see them fight again.
So you're equating basically Shanks and Mihawk to Luffy and Zoro.
Yes.
Which, makes complete and total sense because, pretty much everything Luffy is, he got from Shanks.
No, yeah, he got his fucking, his
the hat
power from him. The hat was from Goldie Roger.
I thought the hat was, the straw hat thing I thought was Shanks. Because Shanks wore a straw hat. Yeah,
but he got that from Goldie Roger.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because Shanks was a member of Goldie Roger's pirate.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, there's, God, like, anyone wanting to get into One Piece.
Good luck.
And you haven't been, good freaking luck. Because you're talking like 500 chapters, like 7, probably some 100 freaking anime episodes. You want to talk about commitment. Like jumping into One Piece now, that's the one reason why I'm not caught up, because it's like the last manga I read was like the first time skip, and Nami had like her weather rods and we're using them. Yeah. That was me. That was my last catch up. Like, I know details here and there, like about hockey. Basically, One Piece's superpower above superpowers. I guess that would be.
Yeah,
because the devil fruits, obviously, their superpower, but like hockey is like
anybody could have it.
Yeah, it's like a whole nother level because it can make normal people fight freaking even Logia fruit users.
It's the only way you can hurt them. Yeah.
Yeah. So and for those that don't know, Logia are elemental, basically, like Luffy's brother Ace, who can then transform into fire. Or Smoker, as the name suggests, can transform into smoke. And one of the only people I know of in any media to be smoking 2 cigars at once.
Okay, so just so you know, Des, 898 chapters.
Oh, 800 chapters. Nice.
Yeah, 898 chapters, good sir.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a commitment. But, if you want to get into it, I highly suggest the manga. Yeah. Especially in early One Piece, highly suggest the manga. And if you're going to watch it, just for your own benefit, don't watch dub. Like, you may not like reading subtitles, but 4Kids has massacred the anime. Which I knew they would, because it's a freaking thing about pirates, and there's guns and swords everywhere. So, like, I knew it was going to be bad. Because these are the people that, like, took out a gun in Yu-Gi-Oh! Making a dude hold an empty hand in, like, as if he was holding a gun towards a person, but there was no gun. So, yeah, all of a sudden, all the guns are quirk pop guns.
Also, my theory in in One Piece is that obviously Luffy's going to have to conquer the 4 pirate kings to become king of the pirates.
Oh, for sure.
And I think at the end, when it comes to Shanks and him, I think it's going to be like Shanks is going to, okay, let's fight.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're going to fight, and he's going to be like, I'm impressed. Because I talk about this with my buddy Brandon, that I think Shanks doesn't have a devil fruit. I think he's just a straight up human, no power, just a beast at hockey.
I know he doesn't. I mean, it's pretty much, there's no there's no materials suggesting he's ever eaten a fruit. Because I think he's seen, because I mean, just also the way he freaked out when Luffy did eat a fruit.
See, a lot of people, God man, we're going theory time. A lot of people think that was Goldie Roger's fruit.
Uh-huh.
And that's why he was so protective of it. Why he was like, why did you do that? You shouldn't have done that. But then again, you also got to realize, if it was like your captain's fruit and you were so protective of it, why would you put the chest open in a bar where people eat?
I know, right? But also, comes the fact that Shanks saved Luffy from drowning after that.
Yeah, he doesn't have a fruit. He also lost an arm.
Yeah, so I mean, no, and I don't foresee, like, if he could be like that beast of a pirate without a fruit, why would you eat a fruit? Like, if you know about these fruits and you can fight against these fruits, what allure does a devil fruit have for you? Mm-hmm. So, I don't think I agree with that. I think it's just beastly at friggin' hockey. And, I agree with that. Like I said, I'm not even caught up, and I don't think Shanks has a devil fruit.
Well, I mean, and the fact that when he showed up during the war where the pirates were attacking, trying to save Ace, when they were trying to save Ace.
Yeah.
And fucking Whitebeard was there, and Blackbeard was there, and all the Marine captains were there, and Shanks showed up, and he was like, listen, if you fight, I'm fighting. And everybody's like, hold up a second. And he's like, I'm not just fighting for one side. I'm fighting everyone here. And everyone's like, wait. Hold on. We could talk this over. We can go.
Yeah. I cannot wait. Because, I mean, that seems like it's going to be a big plot point, though. Shanks v. Luffy. Because, I mean, that's...
It's Jiraiya versus Naruto.
Exactly. Because Luffy's going to look forward to it. Because, I mean, Luffy wants to be the best pirate. So, of course, he's going to want to measure himself to the person that even... who he originally looked up to.
If there's one thing you should know about Straw Hat Luffy, he likes to fight.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
he doesn't care. He likes to fight.
He's the main character of a shonen manga. He likes to fight. Which means, even to a degree, Ichigo liked to fight.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna have a main character of a shonen manga,
they're gonna like to fight.
They're gonna like to fight, and even to the fact that, hilariously, even talking about that, Akira Toriyama used to kind of like get onto the anime writers and stuff because they were starting to give Goku very heroic lines. But apparently he was actually getting onto these writers because the way he envisions Goku, he's basically a selfish fighter, is the way his creator views him. He fights to fight, and he just so happens to save the world, essentially.
It's an accident.
Yeah, he's just looking for a good fight. And I think like Dragon Ball Super pretty much personifies that because he puts all of the universes at risk to fight better opponents. Mm-hmm. And he just keeps, like, everyone's saying it's a bad idea, it's a horrible idea, but he does it anyway. Like, this is the personification. Like, sure, like, especially the subs had, like, the amazing I am ally to justice and enemy to you speech from Goku, which is great, but that's not Goku. That's a hero.
He also
Goku is not a hero.
He also punched his best friend through a fucking mountain. Let me just tell you,
he just wants to fight.
My favorite part of that whole series is that part. Krillin's on a beet farm. Fucking Dwight's shooting it up with his feet up, and he's like, "Oh, Goku shows up. Hey, we're gonna fight. I need you on my team." Krillin hops off and goes, "Well, while you were out doing this, that, and the third, I was here raising beets, doing what I gotta do. Bears beets, battle scar, so I'm gonna need you to punch you in the face. just to see where I stand. I was like, wait a minute, hold on a second. You do know what he can do, right? I mean, I'm sure you heard that he...
And if there's anyone that knows what Goku can do, it's Krillin.
And then he said, he was like, yeah, I want you to Goku's like, hold on a second, I like you. I don't want to punch you in the face. And he's like, you're going to punch me in the face, dog. And Goku's like, it's going to hurt real bad. Like, the fact that he said, it hurt real bad.
Yeah.
Like, real bad. And he's like, yep. And then Krillin, God bless his heart. The only thing I can say to him, bless his heart, because that's like a bless your heart type of situation.
Yeah,
he takes the horse dance, starts pulling in, ki, which is impressive because remember, Krillin is a human.
Yeah, for sure.
Goku's like, all right, starts pulling in all this power. I'm like, Jesus, no. Cocks back and just pops Krillin probably as hard as he could. I'm not gonna lie. Goku doesn't look like the guy that will pull a punch.
Not really.
If you ask him.
Like, if you're asking for it, I mean.
and he shot him through a house, a mountain, 3 states, 3 different dimensions. Fucking Shenron was like, oh God, I don't know. Does anybody have the balls to wish him back to life? Because he's dead. Krillin gets up, looks like, he got knocked through a couple mountains and was like, looks like I need to train. Yup. But yeah, I've seen Goku awaken Ultra Instinct the second time when he was like, oh, I'm super good at Ultra Instincts. When I think I'm 2 behind. When he's fighting Krillin, when he's fighting Jiren at the very, very end.
Oh, yeah. So Vegeta's still in the fight for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But, yeah, I mean, his awakening... Oh, yeah, that awakening. So, yeah, no. You're probably at the point where... Yeah. Because his last awakening of it, just before he actually transforms, is, like... It's kind of epic, actually. It's like all the heat and energy, like... Oh, my God. See, that's the thing. Because he can have such potent, like, hero moments. Mm-hmm. But he's just doing it to fight.
He just wants to fight.
He just wants to fight, and that's it. And it's like... Holy crap, because, I mean... The episode where Vegeta, does get knocked off is great. I love the fact that Vegeta gets all the character moments and like hero moments and such now, and like he's really like come into that role, which is a complete 180. Like if you're gonna watch Dragon Ball, don't watch it for Goku. Watch it from Z and through Super for like the growth of Vegeta.
He becomes the king. To me, he's the true king of Saiyans. You're like, oh,
exactly.
Yeah, you're the king of the Saiyans.
Like, his promise to another universe's Saiyans to protect them is like, there you go, buddy. You've actually earned your moniker and beyond.
I'll
sure.
Bring you back.
Yeah. It's like, you've done good. I'm going to bring you guys back, I promise. And it's like, wait, you're making a promise? It's like, that's the first time I've heard Vegeta make a promise like that. At all.
I mean, I think he promised Bulma he'd come back.
Well, that too, but...
That's his wife, so...
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Which he even finally fully acknowledges as his wife by Super. Yeah. Which I like, because through Z, it's kind of like... Not quite.
Sort of.
Yeah, I mean...
You're definitely about baby's mom.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, with like the birth of Bra and all that, and it's like they really showed a really cool side to Vegeta, like him actually, like I said, coming in and pretty much accepting his role as a hero, essentially. It's great.
He's the only one.
Yeah, no,
him and Krillin.
Like him and like everyone else are great heroes. Goku just wants to punch people in the face, and maybe rescue us. Maybe.
It's a maybe. It's a hard maybe as well.
That's a hard maybe. That's really sad.
That's the hardest of all the maybes.
Oh, it's awful. But got it. And also definitely watch Team 4 Stars Dragon Ball Abridged, because that is some of the most hilarious stuff, because they look into like these implications, such as the fact that Piccolo is a way better dad than Goku.
He is.
It's like Piccolo of the year.
Yeah.
In fact, I've seen it was like a Geek Father's Day card. It's like because it was Dragon Ball themed, but it was like say hi to your dad, and it was a picture of Gohan and Piccolo, and it's like, oh, that's sad but true.
Yeah, truth hurts, right?
But oh yeah.
I mean, if you're into a good anime and you're looking for a new one, Buso Renkin is really good.
I've heard about that one.
Has one of the most I mean, it's long story short. There's these guys called I don't think they're called alchemists, but they use alchemy. They get a thing called a Buso Renkin, which is like an ability, a power, as it were.
Yeah.
One of the guys, his power is like, I think it's called Steel Shirt, and it's the ultimate defense. Like,
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
And the best part about him is it's the ultimate defense. So all he has to do is concentrate on offense. So, yeah, he's one of those, if he punches you, you're down type of individuals. Yeah. It's a short, I think it's like 2 seasons abridged, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really dope. I mean, it's one of my favorites. Deadly Sins is good. That's on Netflix.
Deadly Sins.
I
may have heard of that one.
It's fan servicey as a motherfucker. I'll give it that.
Kind of like Evangelion.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Yeah.
Because I love the fact that the translation of Evangelion, because apparently, like, the original thing's like, oh, yeah, it has the one chick, and it's like, stay tuned for the next episode. Plenty of fan service, and it's like, really? And then you watch it, and it's like, holy crap!
Yeah, they're not lying.
Definitely not. Evangelion's definitely a weird one.
Yeah.
But a classic, so, yeah, other than that, I'm finally catching up on some Netflix stuff.
Cool.
I finally watched and binged and completed Punisher.
Nice.
Oh my god.
That's really good.
Oh my god. I see what you're saying about the hallway scene.
Yeah.
Which they have 2 of them, and they're both just like...
Yeah, it's
like
oh, you like hallway scenes? Hold my beer.
Yeah, no, like the first one in the flashback, like when he was in the war, it's like, oh my god.
Yep.
He's just murdering people.
Yep, does not care.
And then the next one, when they're like invading his base, is like, oh my god.
He's killing everybody. Yeah, no one's getting out from this.
Like, holy crap. One issue.
Okay.
It was like one logic issue. And now I can't remember what it was.
Logic issue?
Yeah. Because there was a thing that they did, and it's like, all right, and they say that one just doesn't make sense. There was only one I really found that kind of got me. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I can't remember exactly what it was. But I do like the so yeah, Punisher spoilers. But I did like the dynamic between Frank and Micro.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, like, this series has kind of made me hate being a nerd. Because as soon as they mention the name Micro, it's like, oh, that's a sidekick.
Yeah.
That's his partner.
There was no surprise.
Yeah, so he goes through and it's like, I'm not your enemy. I hope you see that. And it's like torturing the dude. And it's like, yeah, but you're gonna
be his friend.
Yeah, you're gonna do this together. I mean, I get it. I get what they're doing here, but like for us, for the nerds, you're watching and it's like, this is kind of like this couple episodes is kind of pointless because we already know he's there to team up and do things. And sure enough, but like I said, it did at least to help like set the stage for what their relationship is, and it is
hilarious.
Yeah,
hilarity ensues for sure.
Though I do wonder why in the world does the series start in rural Alabama? It's like, do we have like a motorcycle gang presence I don't know about? I mean, the crap.
Some really dope kills though.
I mean, like I said, first episode, rural Alabama. It's like,
What?
Why?
What?
So, why? Why Alabama? Come on.
What do we do?
That's enough, right? Come on, rural. Come on, that's like 90% of Alabama. Come on.
Let's just give us a
Yeah, I mean, just say Alabama somewhere. We only have like 3 cities, maybe 4, that are like noteworthy.
See, I liked it because it showed what PTSD is about. Like it demystified it.
Yeah, I think it's actually really, at least from what I hear of sufferers and such. I mean, it's not that inaccurate.
No, I mean it was really, really intense. Like they showed the most intense version of it for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like the nightmares.
Yeah,
that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, the fact that half the season he's waking up to the same scene of his wife, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Every time you hear the whole "Hey, sleepyhead's," oh no,
he's gonna see it again. God damn it! By the way, why are you guys so disrespectful? Just why, guy? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm in the middle of Jessica Jones season 2.
Okay.
Which I've got to say, I really like. I've heard some people not enjoying it so much, but I really like it. I mean, I even like the first season, quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Just because it's a very Jessica Jones is a very different take on a superhero. And of course, the first season is pretty much dealing with, what happens when you have an alcoholic superhero that doesn't really want to be a superhero, but is pulled into it anyway. And then season 2 kind of goes on because season 1 was, like I said, establishing her and having her deal with the now of her life. Then season 2 is starting to dig into how her past is affecting her a little more also. So there's very interesting angles of essentially a broken superhero.
Also, David Tennant is a fucking phenomenal villain.
Oh yeah.
There was generally just, my power, I can make you do whatever I want.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's oh my god, season 1 Kilgrave, oh my god.
Yeah.
So I hope Jessica Jones spoiler, but you find out the junkie is only a junkie because he was using her to spy on Jessica and was mentally kind to take drugs. Mm-hmm. And it's
and you can't break it.
You took this smart guy. I mean, because he was a smart dude and college education, really good kid, and just turned him into an utter and complete classic addict.
Yep.
And it's oh my god. Ugh.
And that's when you realize Kilgrave is a scary individual.
Oh, for sure. I mean, just the fact that, you see the flashbacks and the fact that he was tired with one of his toys, so he had Jessica kill her, and it's wait, what?
Mm-hmm. What happened?
It's you twisted individual. Holy crap.
You did what? What happened?
It's holy balls. This is, it's things got intense.
It got dark. It got dark quick, let's be honest. Did you have a chance to catch Altered Carbon yet?
Not yet. That is next on my list. After, because I noticed, as I went to pull it up, and I went to pull it up for a reason, and it's Punisher. I haven't watched that yet. Well, I don't have anything to watch on YouTube right now, so I went through Punisher. And then I noticed Jessica Jones, new episodes. Yeah, all right. I'll give that a shot. But yeah, Altered Carbon is my try of Altered Carbon is right after Jessica Jones. And I'll see how I like it and how it goes from there.
I mean, I'm not gonna show my cards pretty early, but I think I like it. I've already watched it twice.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Let me put it this way, Des. There's a techno version of More Human Than Human in a scene.
It's probably the remix from Sexy Swingin' Sounds from the White Zombie album. Yeah, Rob Zombie actually did a techno version of More Human Than Human.
Excuse me 1 second. I mean, I was. It might be. I was just happy that because I was sitting there watching the scene, and I'm not going to spoil it. What was going on, but it was happening, and I was like, "Oh, that's dope. Oh, that's super dope." And I was like, "I am the Astro Creep, a demolition style hell American freak." Yeah, I was like, is that? And then it was like, more human than human. I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Yeah, I know some old school music, and for those that don't know, Rob Zombie had a band called White Zombie. What's the difference between White Zombie and Rob Zombie?
Nothing.
The name.
Nothing.
The name and Rob Zombie's actual stage getup are the only differences between these groups.
Really?
Pretty much. They used to have like a female bass player in White Zombie, and then like formerly a guitarist like moved. There's like one person changed, and then one or two other people shuffled positions. But other than that, that's the difference between White Zombie and Rob Zombie. Like, he's always had the dreadlocks, but like for Rob Zombie, he took on like the kind of deep face paint and crap and like the creepy stuff.
Oh, the white cracked face paint. With
exactly.
Okay.
And those are the differences between White Zombie and Rob Zombie, because Lord knows lyrics are still, like, if you actually learn his lyrics to any of his songs, you're going, what? Excuse me?
Yeah, when you realize what he's saying, you're like, huh?
Yeah, it's like I'm sure there's some kind of meaning, but huh? What? Like, it's definitely not an obvious like song meaning for sure.
Yo, low key, I forgot how much I liked Rob Zombie.
Like, he has some great music, but like I said, learning the lyrics just makes things very confusing. Because it's like, oh God, what are you even? What? But yeah.
Just to let you know, I think they did their own custom remix to it, because it doesn't sound anything alike.
Okay. I mean, because also, who knows? I mean, it might be the Rob Zombie that but yeah. I mean, that's good.
Because I might, for real though, I might download this soundtrack, because apparently Altered Carbon has a soundtrack, and yeah, it's super techno-y.
Well, of course. I mean, it's science fiction. It kind of like goes.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna forward you the since we brought this up, I'm gonna send you the link to the song, because it's not even Rob Zombie singing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a cover.
Oh.
There you go. I sent it to you. Also,
let's looky here.
Des, let's just talk about. We'll go sad, and then we'll bring it back to happy in the end. For the listeners, as you know, I had the G Pups. It's now RNG Pup. We had to put Bella, the original RNG Hound, to sleep yesterday. And what happened was, the German Shepherd breed are notoriously known to have bad hips, and her hips were failing. She was dragging her legs, and I couldn't let my buddy, my best friend, suffer like that.
Yeah.
So, ow, Pete, thanks for biting me. Thanks for letting me know you're still here, buddy. Yeah, we took her to the vet. I was like, you could do this, you could do that, you could, there's medicine you could try, but this is pretty bad. It's probably maybe a year left before she's absolutely immobile.
Yeah.
And I couldn't let her die without dignity. So we put her down, and thanks for letting everybody know you're still here, Pete. I don't want to say I'm not all right. I'm definitely not okay.
Yeah.
If anybody knows, if anybody's ever put down a a dog, I wouldn't even say she was a dog. She was, she was my service dog.
Yeah.
With the PTSD thing and all that. She helped me go through a lot. And, there's sometimes you don't realize that she's not there until she's not there.
Yeah.
Like this morning, I told Des this. When I get up to record the podcast, I usually, she sleeps in the room with us, with the missus and I. And I'm used to leg to call her to me. And I did. And she wasn't there.
Yeah.
The missus isn't handling it well either. We've been together for 5 years. So she's been a part of her 5 years. And I don't know if have you ever had any experiences with a service dog?
No.
They're always on.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who is. Like, she will always key off. She would always key off of me. God damn, Pete, what are you doing, dude? He's moving a chair.
Huh.
Like, he's grabbing, like, my old gaming chair and moving it. Because he's like, I don't want to hear. But yeah. They're always on. They're always on. Like, they're never off duty, And she would do it whenever we get mad, whenever she would be upset. She would key off and do her job. And,
yeah.
Even yesterday, while she was on the table and she was sedated, because I don't know if you ever put a dog to sleep. They kind of put him in La La Land first before they put down. And even then, I was talking to her, and she was she was on. She was trying to make me feel better.
Sure.
And then I got home, and Pete's only been around for a couple weeks, but we say he loved her and she hated him, as you guys probably well know. She hated him. And he's looking for her. Which, of course, puts me right back into the state I'm in now.
Yeah.
But also, I sent a picture of what Pete did to bring it back to the happiness. He chest bursted a bag of food.
Oh yeah, he utterly demolished the packaging of this food to get to it.
And by chest bursted, if you've ever seen the movie Aliens, I think he crawled inside.
I wouldn't doubt it. It's like that's definitely that. Considering, yeah.
Yeah, like the picture says it all. He crawled inside of this bag of food and ate the shit out of it, and learned a very valuable lesson to probably not eat a bunch of food, because he was the sickest I've ever seen him.
Oh, no doubt.
So, yeah, I'll be okay. And to bring it back to being, I wouldn't say happy, but positive. I'm a member of Discords, not just the Revolutions, and I've never, of course, a lot of people know about Bella. You hear her at the end of most episodes barking. So,
yeah.
I put, what's going on, because the way you not get over how you can help is by talking.
For sure.
And the love that I got from everybody, not just from the Revolution, but thank you, Revolution, for all your kind words, and we got your back, Buster. If you need anything, let us know. All that, but just the general love and feeling that I got is I can't repay you guys back. It's just it let me know.
Yeah.
It let me know, regardless of how negative the community is. This community, the community that we have, the podcast UN, if you want to call it that, is fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are incredible, and Des, thank you, because you you're always there.
Yeah.
And Tim too. I'll give Tim credit. I'm gonna thank Tim later on when I do Fork in Your Ear. But yeah, man, it was really hard.
There's no doubt, yeah.
But I wasn't gonna watch her, basically become a head on a stick.
Yeah.
And do that to her. She's been too good to me. She was one of a kind.
For sure.
And, Pete has some big paws to fill, even though he has some big paws.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because that boy has fucking catcher's mitt hands, I swear to God. But, now all the sad's gone. Sad's done. I promise. But Pete, oh my God, he just.
Oh wait, no, that was my Ace Hunter. I remember now.
Okay.
All right, so there's a scene where your bad guy is holding
Jigsaw?
what definitely looks like to me a 50 caliber anti-material rifle.
Okay, I know the part you're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he shoots out the tires?
Yeah.
I don't know a lot, but I do know when you have a gun that powerful, you're not shooting out tires, you're shooting through engine blocks.
You're shooting the top of the car off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was my issue because the fact that, I've got this big, powerful sniper rifle. I'm going to shoot the tires. Like, no, actual, police, tactics is to shoot through the engine block to stop a vehicle and make sure it can't.
If you shoot the tires, you're shooting everything off the axle.
I'm not even, getting into, the realism of it, but like I said, just where he chose to shoot, and it's like, no, this is supposed to be a military dude. You're shooting through engine blocks and making sure it can't go nowhere. A tire can be changed.
You're a bad Frank Castle.
Yeah, sure, it could probably go through the engine block by shooting at the tire, but still, you're aiming for the engine block, not the tires. That was my issue. That was my one logic issue when it came down to that. Yeah, holy crap! I remembered. Yay!
We figured it out. Yay! Another something I wanted to bring up. Have you seen the trailer for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them too?
No, I have not.
Are you a fan?
I haven't seen the first Fantastic Beasts. I've definitely watched all the Harry Potters because my wife is a huge fan.
Okay, so I will send you this, and I would like you to watch it live.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's that good, and I will argue. Hopefully, you have the same thought I did, but hold on 1 second. Let me find the link. I probably should have had all this. Sorry about that. I will be so happy when Pete stops teething. Let me tell you. I only have 3 more months.
Only
3 more months, yeah. Okay, I sent it to your Discord.
All right, let's pressing play.
I'm watching it with you. We'll watch it because it is. Let me know when it starts.
Oh, wait, hang on. All right, let me go full screen. Let me take it to 0.
With you.
And 3, 2, 1, play.
Yep. You know what that is.
Wait.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. I love that guy. I love that actor.
Holy crap.
Uh-huh. Come on. That last scene was dope.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch the first one.
Again?
No, like at all.
Oh,
I have not seen the first one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta watch the first one.
Yeah, I've got to watch the first one because I'm suddenly super interested in that. Like, holy crap, what's his face is a young Dumbledore? Sure, alright, yeah. Freaking Johnny Depp is the villain?
Yeah, well, spoilers. You probably should have watched the first one before I showed you that, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It'll still probably surprise you.
I mean, I had no interest
in
the first one just because, I mean, it just didn't seem that interesting to me. But that's like, no, that's something right there.
Yeah, I mean,
that's something right there.
I'm sure you could show them the Lady Raven.
Oh yeah, dude.
And she'll freak out like I sent it to the Mrs. Buster, and she literally sent me, and I quote, and I'm not saying this out of disrespect, "Yas, bitch." 13 S's. Yeah. Yas, bitch. And I was like, we're going to go see it, don't worry. I love that. I mean, I didn't read the books. I probably should read the Harry Potter books because, you know, it gives you more information.
Well, okay, when it comes to this, the Fantastical Beasts and Where to, I mean, this is actually like movie original stuff.
Yeah, I know. They put out the book Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them by Newt Scamander after the fact, and it's basically about like all the monsters of the world. So you can't read about Newt Scamander.
Yeah, it's more because actually Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, I think, was more like a series of like realistic books, like mimicking what the Hogwarts textbook would be.
Yeah.
They did that for a few things.
We have it.
And, oh yeah, no, I bought it for my wife.
Yeah.
Because she's a huge Harry Potter fan, so I bought her. She has a Harry trunk to like keep all of her Harry Potter stuff in. It's like 2 or 3 feet. It's not quite, the size of a trunk, a steeple trunk. It's like it's a couple feet, and it has the entire like box set of Harry Potter. It's got the entire book like set, and it has the additional crap as well. Because she was a huge fan, but she never read the books. She loved the movies.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and it's like I kept telling her, it's like, okay, the movies are one thing, the books are something else entirely.
Yeah.
So I ended up buying her the box, and she ended up reading. It's like, you know what? You're right. And it's like, yeah, no.
Yeah. Go ahead, say that again. I don't get this often. Say it again one more time.
So yeah. But yeah, that actually has my interest. Like I said, the first trailer and what I heard about the first one never really like captured my interest, but that is like interesting. That and the whole like cast and everything. But yeah, that actually seems like it has a more overt central plot, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's.
I mean, I like how the first scene sets you right into the world that you know already. Like
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hogwarts. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think it's really cool that he's in Paris because because in the first movie, well, the Harry Potter, the Potter series, the Chronicles, as it were.
Yeah.
It shows you the English wizards,
Yeah.
And in the first Fantastic Beasts, it shows you the American wizard.
Yeah.
And now it shows you the French wizards. I mean, sure, you saw Beauxbaton's Academy.
Yeah.
But, that's not full-fledged, I'm about to go crazy wizard. And the last scene where you see Dumbledore and Newt Scamander next to each other at the same power level.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I know, right? And like I said, it will be interesting to see, like, a younger Dumbledore and how the fact that J.K. Rowling's is behind this, like, completely. I mean, yeah.
And I mean, also, I don't think the last scene, because, Grindelwald, Johnny Depp, and Dumbledore had a famous duel, and that's the reason why he got beat.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's it. I think you get the Scamander and Dumbledore go out, but they're going to save that for later on.
I mean, problem. I just like the fact that J.K. Rowling is like still doing like interesting things with her IP essentially. That doesn't involve Potter directly. Is actually doing a little more world building now, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And I know there are certain fans that will probably be looking forward to maybe this being the confirmation or the canonized confirmation they're looking for Dumbledore to be homosexual? Bi? I can't remember.
No, I think that's already canon because they mentioned he loved.
Well, no, that's not actually canonized because she confirmed that outside of source. It's from the creator's mouth, so yes, it's canonized, but it's not like shown. In book. Exactly. It's not like a shown.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
So there's actually some fans that are kind of like, well, if he is, and like maybe it should be in like a book or something, and it's like the creator confirmed the fact that he is. So what's the problem? But
and the fact of if you've ever had to play Newt Scamander, he doesn't follow orders.
Right. It's like, So what is it about Dumbledore and having fairly rebellious students?
I mean, he is a fire wizard.
I know, right? But yeah, that and like that's what I'm most interested in because I think that was it for the first one is the fact that he's an American wizard. Oh, yay! But yeah, now actually seeing like a young Dumbledore and like seeing how he's going to like interact and such, that's going to be way more interesting to me.
Yeah.
To have it go back to or at least because like I said, haven't seen the first one, so I don't know if he ends up there.
Nope.
And the first one, okay, nope. All right, fine. Yeah, to actually have it at least any kind of featured is way more interesting for me.
I mean, the only thing you see from Hogwarts is a Hufflepuff scarf.
Nice.
That's it.
Hufflepuff?
Yep.
Holy crap! See, that's actually surprising to me because it's like,
which you haven't pegged as a Ravenclaw?
No, the only in the books and in the only three houses you really hear people even about is like. Is of course Slytherin and Gryffindor because heroes and villains. But you get like some history on Ravenclaw, but it's like Hufflepuff is like the redheaded stepchild. Like you don't really hear about it.
Well, hold on. I just want to let you know I'm deep into this Harry Potter thing.
Yeah,
because of the missus. Cedric Diggory, it was a Hufflepuff.
Okay, fair enough. That's right. Okay, fair enough.
And actually, another fun fact that everybody seems to not understand: Luna Lovegood is a Ravenclaw, not a Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Everybody has her pegged as a Gryffindor because she's cool with Harry Potter, but I'm like, nah, she's a Ravenclaw.
I mean, it makes sense. She's actually never in
the common room.
Yeah, she's never in the common rooms at all.
Nope, she's just always in outside shots.
Yeah,
with them.
Exactly. Sure, they might like share a table, but that's mealtime. I mean, who always sits at the same table at mealtime, Yep. But I mean, yeah. So yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That and she's more booky. I've like Ravenclaws. You get this thing that they're booky.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because Jess is super deep into Harry Potter, and I don't know if you've ever heard of Pottermore.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay, you can take a house quiz to see where you.
Yeah.
So the missus is a Ravenclaw. And I'll give you a guess on what I am.
Hufflepuff?
No. No, good sir. I'm a Slytherin through and through.
Fair.
And it's not like you can tell. It's like super easy. The test is like, if you could be an animal, what would you be? A honey badger, a snake, a lion, or a bird. It's not like that. Like they're kind of like worded, so you can't go, oh, I will be a Gryffindor, so I'll just answer Gryffindor.
Oh crap! There's a join. Actually sounds really cool though.
Oh yeah, it is. Also, I just finished with our super teased D&D campaign. I finished listening to Critical Role.
Nice.
Never heard a fucking D&D campaign end, and I was in tears. But then again, you got to realize they're all voice actors, so that probably
every last one. Actually, like, they are voice actors that get a lot of work. So, I mean, because you have, like, of course, probably the most recognizable name of Matthew Mercer,
who's McCree from
McCree from Overwatch, and Deadshot in Injustice 2.
Yeah.
And, I mean, come on, he's like one of those lists. Seriously, what hasn't he been? Mm-hmm. And I know, but yeah, it's basically, it's a team of voice actors doing freaking D&D. It's like, come on.
Yeah. I think another one, the guy who plays Grog, the barbarian, is Winston from Overwatch.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I was sitting here, I'm listening to it, and their campaign was wide in scope, I should say. I think at the end of the 2 years they were level 17 or 18.
Nice.
And they fought Vecna.
Huh.
Yeah, a god.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh Jesus, okay, yeah, you guys. I mean, but then again, they also had a bronze dragon with them as backup. I'm like, yeah, that's D&D right there, babe. That's D&D right there. Like, it got my blood flowing for it again. I was like, ugh. I mean, it kind of got my dick hard for D&D. And I was like, I wanted to message you and be like, hey, Des, what's the timeline on this D&D campaign there, bud? Like, I need to know some deities. That's all I really need to know.
Oh, deities are simple, because deities are going to mimic real-world deities. And, like, pantheons and such.
Oh, like real-world ones?
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, it's going to be like a mix of, like, Nordic, Egyptian, Greco-Roman.
Oh, so I play a Paladin of Conquest.
Yeah, you're going to be, like...
Ares.
Yeah, Ares, Odin, those kind of people. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I needed to know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I said, because I'm going to try and go for, like, a custom campaign setting, and, yeah, that's, yeah.
Well, that's what that's what I remember you saying, that we were going custom, and I was like, okay, so don't read up on Nord or Talor or any of the other ones. Just
yeah.
Ask. Even though really now, which I think kind of cool. Like I said, I've been reading. The Paladins aren't tied to a deity anymore. It's tied to an.
Yeah. I like the fact that it's more. It's a little more open in that sense. For 5e.
And it's, you can't, like, you're going against the tenets of your god, you lose your powers. It's like, now it's like, oh, no, as long as you follow basically, if your conquest, crush all enemies.
Yeah, and that is like, also, like, there's, like, Catholicism, like, penance also, like, involved with them. And, of course, to, DM's discretion. And then there's an entire Oathbreaker class, which, so you still have some kind of, like, progression or whatnot.
And I mean, that's a nice little side arc if the main objective is kind of, dethrone a king, uproot a kingdom. Okay, cool. Well, this guy loses touch with his powers. You need to redeem him. How do we do that? Oh, you gotta do this. Okay, let's do that real quick. But I mean, at the end of the Critical Role, it was, some just one party member cast a spell that healed for 700 healed everyone for a cumulative 700. Like they could divvy it out as they saw fit. And I'm like, I forgot what high level D&D sounded like. Right. Roll a perception check. 49. I rolled a 10. Oh no. But yeah, I still like Pathfinder. I still listen to a lot of Pathfinder podcasts, but D&D just a new system sounds like it's not fun to play.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the thing I do like about role playing. It's just getting in. That's one reason I like Rift and then got into Rifts because it was a new scene. And even Vampire the Masquerade, that seeing new systems and see how they work and how they, especially the ones that really turn the ear on like the genre and such. Because sure, if you play D&D, like you may know the basis of RPG, but like you can't quite take that into Rifts or a White Wolf RPG. Like systems are very different.
What was the first White Wolf RPG you played?
Vampire the Masquerade.
You played what clan?
I wanted to say I was probably Malkavian.
Brother, you and me both. Why? Because you can be crazy.
Exactly. You're like psychotic. And you get away with it.
No, that's
pretty good character.
That's your curse.
Exactly.
You become a vampire, even if you're sane, you become insane. And if you're insane, you become even more insane.
Exactly.
Then we did a White Wolf campaign when I was in Japan. Did Vampire the Masquerade.
Oh God!
What happened?
All right, so in the background, I've been doing the Sorting Hat.
Okay.
To get a live reaction.
Uh-huh.
So answering some of these questions are really weird.
Uh-huh. I told you they're not like, oh, this could definitely be a Hufflepuff answer.
All right, but hilariously, I am Hufflepuff.
No shit.
All right then.
You can also do your wand, like the wood and the the core, but that really doesn't.
I might get into that later, but yeah. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Oh God, I'm a Hufflepuff.
And I was like, holy crap. I was half expecting Ravenclaw. I was like, oh, no, I'm Hufflepuff. Well, then.
If you read what Hufflepuff's about, it does make sense. Kind of, sort of. No disrespect.
I might.
Now I can say
Oh, more about my house.
Now if we had for all the Harry Potter fans out there, a Hufflepuff and a Slytherin have a podcast. This is what happens. Because this is what happens.
Oh, interesting.
When you said, oh God, I was like, oh. Tell me it says Slytherin.
No. I'm apparently a loyal, patient, fair, hardworking, true.
Yep.
Oh. That's...
Uh-huh. I've known you.
A fairly accurate character description, I'd say.
I've talked to you every week for the past 94 weeks, Des. I think I know you.
Yeah, that's... Okay, that's fair. That's okay. I'll give it that.
Now go ahead and read Slytherin, and prepare to be like, "Yep, mm-hmm."
Because I'm in the Hufflepuff exploration, but yeah. Hilariously, yeah, I'm in the same house as Sparkly Vampires for your first roll.
Yep.
For those that don't remember, Edward and let's see, going back, like watching that movie, and then just watching it, and then. After the Twilight phenomenon and going back and watching that movie and going, oh.
By the way, I thank you for not finishing the character's name. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, ready? Here it is. Resourcefulness, cunning, ambition, determination, self-preservation, fraternity, and cleverness.
Yeah. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And apparently,
Element Wall.
Hufflepuff has produced the fewest dark wizards of any house at Hogwarts.
Yep.
That's actually a pretty good legacy, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But fewer than Gryffindor, even? That's actually interesting.
Gryffindor,
because I figured
powerful.
Yeah, I know they're powerful, but I mean, You almost get the sense, like from the books and stuff, at least from the Harry Potter, the Harry himself centric. You might figure they're a little more altruistic. So I mean, I don't know. That's weird. Weird, but yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
Yep. And Hufflepuff has a. I'd be interesting to see what wand you get.
Features.
That would be interesting to see. Because I'll do it with you. I've never done this.
My Patronus. Oh, one ceremony. There it is. My email address has been verified. Go away. There we go. Discover your wand. All right. I know about Ollivander. Take your time and answer honestly. Your answers are final. Oh, God, it's another one of these.
Yep, yeah, you can't change it.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Slytherin House, Merlin was a Slytherin.
Oh.
Where is this? Where's the features?
Oh. Yeah, I think so. Maybe. Possibly. Might be connected to like profile or something. Yeah, you click on the your outline of your profile, and yeah, it'll bring you to all of this.
All this fun stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Hufflepuff, though. Holy crap. That's actually... At least I also have my eye color as well. Because it's not actually often for things to include hazel in their palette. I am...
Correction, I do have a wand already done.
Ah.
I just logged in and I was like, here's your wand. So I just to see what you get. Which is... This has been a very random podcast, good sir.
Tell me about it. Probably that.
I'm going to get one... there's going to be a couple Harry Potter fans messaging me like, yeah, Slytherin. Like, yeah.
Okay. It is apparently redwood.
Okay.
With a string core, 12.5 inches, and solid flexibility.
Okay. Mine is sycamore, dragon heartstring core, 12.5 inches, with reasonably supple flexibility. And it tells you about the...
Yeah, more about my wand.
Yeah.
This is actually really... this has gone... a lot. I mean, this is like a lot into it. It's like I definitely like the hype sort of behind Pottermore, basically now, because this is like a lot of freaking information and resources. Yeah. Because this is definitely, it's not just for Harry Potter fans, but it's like for fans of the world.
Yeah, which is why I like it.
Yeah.
Did you do your Patronus?
Not yet. But I'm like, I know, right?
Might as well do it.
Doing it live. Better with headphones. Oh.
I wonder if I did my Patronus.
Oh, Lord, this is like a video.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I know it. I know what a Patronus is. Do anyone really know what a Patronus is?
Yeah.
It's the Force.
I think mine will surprise you.
Think of your happiest memory. I like the mouse effect in this.
Mm-hmm.
This is like really... There's a lot of... What? Is this associated with my happiest memory? Answer instinctively. Do not think too hard. Feel. Okay, fair enough.
And that's
the exact opposite of the other quizzes.
Yep. That's why I like it, because you have to. It's like, don't think, don't read, just read it, go with your gut. And but yeah, now you make me want to go watch. You make me want to go watch the Fantastic Beasts movie, or maybe all the Harry Potters, because while you're doing the quiz, I'll let you guys know what's going on, because we lost with the loss of Bella. The missus and I are deciding we should do. Well, we're going back. I'm already going to the gym, but she's going to the gym with me, because we need to be the best for her type of memory, and so. We went to the grocery store, obviously, because we need to get stuff for the Pete, who is asleep now. Thank you, all the gods, the old gods and the new. And I look over at her and she goes, "Hey, after work tomorrow, you want to just have a junk food day?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do." So I bought a peanut butter pie. I bought ice cream. We bought cake, brownies. Like we're going hard in the paint tonight, just junk food wise, and then tomorrow, getting back onto the gym thing, because
what the crap?
You got your Patronus?
Yeah.
What is it?
A Manx cat.
You know what mine is?
What? Ha! I actually find it interesting that most of our answers and such are like opposing, then to a degree. Because from what I do know, at least from the Harry Potter lore about Slytherin, of course they have the most dark wizards.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact, like I said, our animals are predator and prey to one another. Our wands are similar but dissimilar.
Well, the fact that our heartstrings are twins.
Yeah. That's like
that. The wood only. I mean. We could go real deep into that read for the listeners who are probably like, "Yo, these guys love Harry Potter." What the fuck? Like, yo, for real, these motherfuckers love some Harry Potter. Let's just be honest. Yeah,
I mean, I definitely enjoy the world for sure.
That's why I thought this would be cool for you, like world building and.
Oh yeah. I love worlds, because I appreciate the effort that it can take to actually build a consistent world. I mean, I've been doing it for like freaking 10 plus years now, essentially building a world.
Actually, I've never really read about my wand before. Sycamore makes a questing wand, eager for new experience and losing brilliance. If engaged, yep. It will combust if it's allowed to be bored. Yep. The Sycamore's ideal owner is curious, adventurous, and when paired with such an owner, oh my god, to learn the world's most highly prized wood wand. Good lord. Dragon Heartstring. The first, ready? Let me just read what Dragon Heartstring says, Des, because I mean it's the same one. As a rule, Dragon Heartstrings produce wand power, and which is capable of the
most flamboyant spells.
The dragon wand tends to be the easiest to turn to the dark.
I know.
God damn.
Though will not incline that way if it's of its own accord. Yeah. So it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I said. It's interesting. It's like I said, kind of proof to the fact that me and Buster, very similar individuals.
Yeah. But opposites in all the good way.
All right. Like I said, this is just... Like I said, we've known this, but it's hilarious that these quizzes are kind of holding true to that. It's just very, very interesting.
I think the missus, her wand is holly. I don't know what the core is. I want to say unicorn hair, but it might not be.
Yeah.
and her wand is short. Which is funny. Because, her friends we were all over doing a Harry Potter marathon one day, and she was like, "Have you ever heard of Pottermore?" And I was like, well, "No, what the fuck is that?" And she's like, "Oh my god, you could be sorted and this, that, and the other." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll go do that then." And she's like, "You can't think about the answer." She's like, "Follow the instructions." I'm like, "Okay, cool, I got it. Think about the answers. Don't, just go." And she's like, "What house did you get?" And I just started smiling, and she was like, "Oh my god, you're a Slytherin." I'm like, but her, one of her friends was like, "That's so awesome. I'm a Slytherin too." And I'm like, "No, you're not. Don't lie."
Like, shut up.
Fibber.
You just want to be cool.
You're fibbing. No, I can't talk bad about Hufflepuffs. One of my best friends is a Hufflepuff. Fuck you.
It's interesting. Like I said, the resources behind this, like, yeah, if you're a Harry Potter fan, and or at least of the world, and not just of like the stories, but the world of Harry Potter, like, definitely, if you haven't, have dove into this, do so. This is super, super interesting. Like, this is actually more interesting than what I figured it would be. I mean, just from the information side. And apparently you can explore Hogwarts.
Yeah.
So
there's a fun one I just sent you for when we get off. We can do when we get off the cast. What we can do.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So.
Oh Lord.
Yep. Before we sign off for the night, the day, this is episode 94 or 95.
It's one of those. I don't keep track anymore.
90s. In the high 90s. I want to give a big shout out to Cobb1 for sending me the sketch card that I won during our block stream. The Ahamkara Dragon Armor for the Titan. Super dope.
That stuff looks sick.
I'm going to do I'm going to complete the... I think. I'll pay for that. Because what he did with the Titan, I can just imagine what he'll do with the Hunter and the Warlock.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's going to happen. Also, he's probably going to come on the show soon to talk to us about it. Yeah, man, I'm working, guys. If you guys have any guests that you would like to come on, tweet at us at the RNGcast. Tweet at me at BusterKnuckle13.
For sure.
Des, where are you at?
You can tweet at me at DES_Raven. Definitely, like I said, we are non-discriminatory in our guests. Big, small. I mean,
you don't have to. You don't even have to play Destiny.
Seriously, we have not played Destiny, and yeah, that's fine too. I mean, we like opinions. We like talking with people, and and if we can expose you guys to something cool.
Yeah, even better.
Yeah.
You can email us, therngcast@gmail.com. You already got our Twitters, once again, at the RNGcast for the podcast. And you are actually tweeting at Des and I. You're not just tweeting at someone else. You can email therngcast@gmail.com. We love hearing from you. We have a Discord. If you would like a Discord link invite, tweet at us, previously mentioned, and we will send you a link. We have a Patreon. I'm trying to remember. We have a Patreon. Patreon.com/therngcast.
Mm-hmm.
If you
so choose.
If you so choose, we do not require it. We thank you for it.
We do.
If you pledge, you will be getting custom free content. Well, not free, but free to you. We are
additional.
There you go. Thank you. I was struggling for the word, Des. I was hoping you would just come for the assist. I'm like, help me, buddy.
Additional.
Help me. I think I don't know. Des, are we going to do one today? Maybe.
We could for sure. My evening is open as far as I know.
Okay, definitely. We'll do it. We do Mr. Theater style podcast. That way you can hear us talking craziness about what movie we are watching.
Up next is the original Shine?
Bright.
Was bright, not crap. Okay, it's got something to do with light.
He tried so hard. He tried so hard.
But it is bright. Again, our patrons, the guys, will be capable of advising our next either glory or suffer if they choose, and we will. We will. We'll do them.
As long as we have the necessary.
As long as if it's on Netflix, we'll do it. If it's not on Netflix, it's going to be way harder, and we'll just publicly state we are not in for piracy. Yeah. So if it's easily available on Netflix, then yes, we will do it.
So that being said, this is episode either 93 or 94 of the RNG. I'll find it out when we get done. Yeah. We're out.
Later, man.
See you all next week.